Everyone's told me, like, you know, it's better to just stay silent, shut your mouth, like, not say anything. And that's what I've done all year. I have been quiet as a mouse. I have not spoke on anything. And I figured, let's go into 2024 with a fresh, clean slate.
Well, that aged like milk, because despite it coming out that Alix is supposedly now suing a T-page following the release of these screenshots of her allegedly using the END slur multiple times, it has also now come out that a screen recording has completely convinced everyone on social media that these tweets were real. I will say it's also very sus that all the Reddit posts sharing this screen recording ended up being removed off of the platform. I wonder who might have been in charge of that. People just don't know which influencers to trust anymore, especially after Brooke Schofield's tweets have been released, and we know how bad those were. And now it looks like the next one getting called out is Alix Earle. If you've been on TikTok at all, you've definitely come across Alix Earle. Alix was one of those influencers who kind of just blew up out of nowhere. She rose to fame in 2022 with her Get Ready With Me videos and vlogs, racking up millions of followers on her TikTok. Compared to other TikTokers and influencers in the industry, Alix rarely gets herself involved into any sort of controversy or scandal, but it seems like she lost that streak just yesterday, as people have been sharing these screenshots, particularly pertaining to Black people and people of color. It's all over social media now. Her socials are being flooded with people telling her to speak up about it, and that her silence is speaking volumes. Everyone's talking about it, so let's get into it, you guys. These last few days, Alix Earle has been under serious fire after followers started sharing what they say are screenshots from her Ask FM profile account, showing alleged racial slurs against Black people and people of color. Alix would have been around 15 years old at the time, and she's catching a lot of flack for this right now. People initially started talking about these posts in 2022, 2 years ago, on a subreddit called Alix Earle Snark. Wow, how has this not gotten more attention? Also, she was only like 4.5 months from turning 15, and you definitely know at that age how wrong it is. At the time, the publisher of this Reddit post replied to a comment that urged the user to post this to TikTok to spread the word about Alix, to which the original poster replied, "I did," and her stans got it removed. For those who don't know, it's been said that these posts took place on a platform called Ask FM, where people believe she was relentlessly responding to questions using the END slur. Ask FM used to be a pretty popular site back in the day where you could ask people questions anonymously and people would be able to answer them publicly or privately. The alleged posts that have been re-emerging read, "Why did you say bye-bye Annie? Take a joke, N-word. Who's your one guy friend that no matter what, even after he's mad at you, will talk to you and help you up when you're down, and no matter what, will always want to be your friend even if you don't want him to be. N-word, why do you care? With who? My N-word. And here's to you, Miss Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know. God bless you. Please, Miss Robinson, heaven holds a place for you, those who pray," and then N-word. One person tweeted, "Please tell me Alix Earle did not say the N-word. Alix Earle being racist is not surprising, but still disappointing. I liked her travel vlogs." Alix Earle and Brooke Schofield down in the same week. There's no way y'all are shocked Alix Earle has racist tweets. Alix Earle is finally caught, not a surprise. Before I get into this video, there's a lot of back and forth going on as to whether these Alix Earle screenshots are real or not. I will say I saw this posted on Reddit just as of yesterday, so take what you will from it, but this person dug deep and looked into the names of the people under Alix Earle's Ask FM replies, it seems, and it apparently shows that she was following these very people over on her Instagram profile as well. So they kind of used that to verify that these Ask FM posts were real. This isn't the first time people have questioned Alix Earle's view though. In 2023, she got flack for partying with Ivanka Trump in Miami, and fans were pissed about it, thinking it meant that she supported Trump's beliefs, and specifically wanted to know her views and where she stands on for example. Because earlier in 2022, she also faced backlash for posting a picture of a Trump flag on a boat from 2019.
"I do want Alix to go and call her daddy. I do want her to talk about Tyler. But I need Alix to ask her views. Clear your name, Alix, please."
Now here's where things took a turn and people started to think that Alix was guilty in this in some way. Shortly after these screenshots started to spread like wildfire, the T-page T Talk Talk posted this and said that they were allegedly getting threatened by Alix, kind of trying to silence them after they revealed those screenshots. They posted, "Alix Earle allegedly is threatened to sue anyone who reposts her N-word Ask FM messages. When I tell y'all, Alix me too. Glad I'm not the only one because I'm quick to file papers with the courts. But this certainly isn't stopping other Black creators, more importantly, from speaking out about this. This TikToker, for example, talked about how they're not even surprised at this point anymore with how certain white creators feel about Black people behind the scenes.
Not Alix Earle too. It's not a matter of being shocked at this point. I think it's one of those things where you try really hard to not have your guard up when it comes to having or wanting to support, even having relationship, professional, platonic, with white people. But more specifically on this app, you don't want to always think, hey, you use the hard ER around other people or when we're not around. Like, we know when we're not around, this is how you really feel about us when you're upset. Because here's the funny part. Whenever I'm upset with anyone, but I'm just for the sake of the argument, upset with somebody outside of my race, you know what never comes up? Slurs. I may want to cuss you out, call you the B word, this, that, and the other. Slurs aren't in me. And that's the hope I'm hoping for. Like, why are they in you? And it's like, my gosh. And this explains why sometimes our ancestors, speaking of like grandparents, more particularly great-grandparents, used to be really leery about us dating outside of our race because of things like this. Because all it takes is one wrong answer and you become the hard ER. It's exhausting. I'm not shocked. It's just tiring.
Others like this TikToker talked about how sad it is to accept that this will most likely be a perpetual cycle for influencers like Alix Earle because it could influence their very own fan base to model their behavior, especially when it comes to talking about things like racist behavior.
So the reason that most of your favorite white influencers who have made racial comments or racial tweets or have said made racial slurs will not get canceled is because the people who are following them are Middle Americans, white people who have done the same things. So they look at them as like, oh, they've moved on, they've forgiven, and it's okay to say things in private. Or maybe I've said old tweets, or it was like, oh, we were young and we said it. But most of them have said it, so they will continue to support said influencers because they themselves are or have and will continue to make those comments or say it in private. They would just continue to. America.
Now, I don't know if Alix is deleting some of her comments, but if you take a look at her most recent TikToks, you'll notice that these comments have way more likes than the average typical comments that she gets. Some say, this does really make me sad though, because I really liked her so much. Why, Alix? Why? We all loved you. In another TikTok, the comments are flooded with people kind of just waiting on how she's going to respond to all of this. We'll wait, we're waiting. Care to explain? You and Brooke should combine podcasts. Explain. We're tired, Alix. Girl, I know you be seeing this comment. As of right now, though, it seems like Alix is TikToking her way through this controversy and trying her absolute best to keep radio silent as long as possible, but let's just say people are not overlooking the situation, especially following the Brooke Schofield situation, and though some people think that Brooke Schofield's tweets were way worse, they're still making sure that Alix holds herself accountable or speaks out and addresses this, because no one wants things like this to be true, especially someone with millions and millions of followers that has a massive influence to plenty of youngsters around the world. This seems to be Alix's first biggest scandal she's been involved in, so it is interesting to see how this will play out, how she's going to respond to all of this. Let me know what you guys think about all of it in the comments down below though. I love you guys so much, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.